Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Moss and SoHyang on Apotheosis, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player, it is SoHyang. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player, it is Moss. So a ZVZ GM level game here for you guys on Apotheosis. Very excited to bring this to you. It's been a while since I've had a good ZVZ on the channel, or a ZVZ at all, if we're going to be honest. I've had some good PVTs, a couple TVTs as well from the pro levels, and figured it would be time for another GM ZVZ. You guys know I cast the good ones, right? I don't cast the ones that are over in 2 minutes with Ling Baneling attacks or mass roach stuff that's super boring as well. No, instead I bring you the ones that involve ultras and broodlords and lurkers and crazy positioning and vipers and all sorts of great stuff. Alright, SoHyang going for the hatch first at the gold, while Moss going extractor pool pretty early right off the bat. Moss is going to have the aggression advantage. If SoHyang can hold it, though, he will have the mid-game macro advantage. I mean, hold it, not that I mean don't die, but don't lose too much stuff in the process. Another player really scouting. They're both sending overlords across the map, but by the time those overlords get there, it's just too late. It's too late to really get any super great information, and usually queens are out too, so... Difficult scout there, slow overlord. And this font, you'll notice, is crazy. Tell me I'm not nuts about this. That's definitely a weird font, right? I did play StarCraft's game. If you haven't watched that one, link in the top right here. Definitely go watch the StarCraft's game that I cast, that I played in as well, because it's fantastic. It is a lot of fun. It's basically a 3v3 that turned out to some crazy shenanigans. All right, SoHyang here with the Evolution Chamber, getting some upgrades there as well, and Moss still doesn't have an expansion base, so one base in it. Speed about 50% complete for Moss. 6 lings heading on down to see what damage can be done. The Overlord scouts it by SoHyang. He sees it, and what can he do about it is the question. He has a spawning pool. He can make some lings. The transfer of drones gets aborted immediately. They do not go to the gold base to transfer whatsoever. Additional lings moving on in, and what do they got? Lings. Yep, going after the hatch. They're not even worrying about going into the main base. They're going to try to take down this hatch at the natural first, while getting his own expansion back home in a more standard safe location right next to the main. And more lings showing up here. There are 12 lings on the map for Moss and 4 for SoHyang. It's 13 to 18 harvesters. Couple lings come in. They're just here to distract, though. From the speedlings. Speedlings are out, though. Speedling versus slowling. Usually speedling's going to win that thing. More lings coming in by SoHyang, trying to save it. Not going to happen. Lings with the speed. Can't decide what to do. They said to actually finish off this hatch instead. And they're going to get the hatch. That hurts. That hurts for SoHyang. And the lings run away before the broodlings can get some shots, pot shots off on them. And watch for them to explode now. Wow, the Zerglings running right under their exploding bodies. Killing larva is a waste of time as well. Might as well move up into the main, see what you can do. I mean, there's a spine crawler on the way. There's a baneling nest up. There's no queens here yet for SoHyang. What? Lings are trying to deal with the defensive lings. Drones forced to fight here as well. Drones actually doing a great job with the surround. Good micro by SoHyang, taking out all of the blue Zerglings inside their base. And some defensive lings showing up. Spine crawler didn't take any damage whatsoever. That's a pretty nice hold, but still, it is 1 base to 2 base. Not looking good. Some banelings here on Moss on the low ground. Are defensive banelings going to morph in? Yes, defensive banelings there from SoHyang. Trying to make it work. It's 13 to 18 workers, so it's 1 base versus 2 base, but worker advantage to SoHyang right now. That's not going to stay the same forever. Blue lings again, trying to get those banelings. They do cancel the banelings, and a blue baneling walking right into this mineral line. Bam! Weakening all them drones. Not killing them, though. I think I need +2 attack on those banelings to 2-shot drones, or 1-shot drones with banelings. More and more lings coming on down. Moss not really teching up. Not really teching up. This might come back to bite him, is the problem here. Defensive banelings clearing out the banes and the lings with 1 baneling surviving. What is that? Well done. Well done, SoHyang. Fantastic display. Another baneling hit, taking out a couple of the lings. Baneling coming in for Moss now. This is where it gets crazy. This is where you try to get baneling hits, and does take out a small group of workers and that queen. 9-10 workers killed so far by Moss. It's 13 to 7. Super duper low econ. Here at the 4-minute mark, Moss just pretty much using this second hatch for larva. Doesn't even have a queen there. Just really trying to kill his opponent as fast as he possibly can without teching up. It's going to come down to who gets a big baneling hit and who doesn't. Is SoHyang ever actually able to expand? Because if he's not, he's in a huge amount of trouble. Baneling's on the top of that ramp. Good positioning by SoHyang. Moss is not an idiot, though. I think Moss is going to go ahead and send... No, you're not going to... I was going to say, you might want to send a Ling up first to scout it, but he's just sending Lings up blind right now. Why are you doing that? Baneling get killed in the middle of nowhere. Baneling really trying to get in here, do this thing, and does manage to explode on a couple of those workers. But defensive Lings showing up. Defender's advantage really helping SoHyang right now. And Moss decides to back on down. So more and more Lings on the way. It's 14-9 total harvesters. SoHyang is bleeding. Is bleeding hard and fast. More Banelings coming on in. Enough Lings to defend against the aggressive Lings from Moss here. And 2 queens. 2 queens and a spine crawler with 6 kills to its name. Trying to spread that creep is SoHyang, just getting additional vision. Feel like Moss should bring this Overlord over and get some high ground spotting. But doesn't seem interested in doing that whatsoever. Actually has a drone and a queen here at the natural base now. Does Moss. That's good. That's a good sign. Checking for an additional base here as Moss does not see it. So happy about that. There's not a crazy ninja base that SoHyang took that is funding this. SoHyang is on 1 base, and he's going to be on 1 base for a while here unless he can break out, and I just don't see it happening soon. Moss is keeping this pressure up, man. He's making more Banelings. Scouting Baneling comes in, moves the spine crawler to the top of the ramp. I like that positioning. Queen here to transfuse as necessary. Lending her DPS as well. Queuing up some injects on that hatch is SoHyang. And what are we going to do? We're going to transition into something here. What are we transitioning into? Moss throwing up a spine crawler at his natural base. You know what? He might be done with his aggression, although he does have 5 Banelings here. Don't go up that ramp by yourself, Banelings. Don't go up that ramp by your... Fine, they took out the spine. Took out the spine. It was already weakened. Not the best use of your Baneling lives, little guys, but maybe it's enough. It's a scary thing to go up that ramp when there are defensive Banelings there. I say set up the contain, Moss. Don't even go up that ramp anymore. Let SoHyang do whatever he wants with his rapidly depleting minerals in his main. Baneling hit. Splashing all over those Banes. Not... Ooh, 1 Bane for 2 there. That's a good trade. Good trade by Moss. More Banelings coming in. I'm not sure why he's not bringing the Lings. Once you clear out the Banes, you're going to be okay. They're trying to get into this... I was going to say they're trying to get into the mineral line, but they all exploded. Instead, Lings sneaking in here for Moss. And once again, Banelings chasing them away. Ling trying to kill those Banelings all by his lonesome. Can't quite do it. Big hit! Oh, dodged. How did Moss dodge that thing? That was crazy go nuts. Banelings crashing on top of Queens. That's not what you want either. Banelings morphing inside the main base. Inside the main base. Going to get canceled, though, pretty quickly. Bam. There's that cancel. So, Moss has a lot of Lings, but SoHyang doing pretty well for himself, too, here. Can he chase away the blue Zerg player? Good micro. Moss hasn't taken a big Baneling hit at all so far in this game. But there... Did I just jinx him? I just jinxed him. That was a pretty good Baneling hit that he took. Right to the face. SoHyang immediately expanding as soon as there's any hope that he's going to be able to break out of this thing because he needs to do so. 8 minutes is too long on 1 base. You're going to die. More and more Lings coming in here for Moss. No upgrades on anybody's anything. Oh, no. Red Zerg player has +1 attack. That's actually pretty good when it comes to these Ling battles. Blue Lings chasing Red Lings all the way back home. Seeing the base, trying to stand on in here and fight. But that +1's going to help immensely, I think. It was going to help. It was going to help. Queen ends up getting killed here as well. Full retreat. Baneling hits. Great Baneling hits there. Lings morphing into more Banelings. Getting scouted, though, by SoHyang. And again, the Ling Baneling. 9 minutes so far of Ling Baneling action, you guys. This is absolutely crazy going nuts. More and more Lings coming in from Moss. No evolution chamber. No sign of upgrades. He does have that spine crawler. He's not going for a Rotorn. He's not going for a lair. It's 20-18 total harvesters. A little bit oversaturated here, maybe. More Baneling hits happening. Handful of Lings. 4 Lings trying to take down SoHyang's natural base. Just not going to work. Not going to work. Again, more and more Baneling hits. Zergling corpses everywhere. Another big hit by SoHyang. That's what he needed. Oh, does he have the +1 Carapace now too? Come here, Lings. Come here. He has +1 Carapace now, which means his Lings can survive a single hit from a Baneling and not instantly die. Whoa! That's a big thing too. Alright, so SoHyang might actually have taken a bit of a lead here. Moss is still continuing to send Lings down, but his upgrades, again, are super bad. He doesn't have any upgrades whatsoever. at this point. The red Zerg player with that +1/+1 going to be super useful here. Baneling kills 4 Lings. The trades are getting worse and worse for Moss. Banelings coming in, trying to do what they can. And they're playing defense. They're giving their lives to kill the Banelings that are coming for their friends. And they're doing it very well. More Banelings from Moss coming in. Big hit there for Moss, though. Taking down several. Exploding on that queen. That's not what you want to see. Transfuse! Transfuse is keeping that queen alive. It ends up falling, though. 1 Ling for Moss deciding to escape. Queen for Moss taking down an Overlord that strayed a little bit too close, I think, to the Zerg base. And it's just more Lings. It's more Lings here from Moss. Crazy, crazy aggression here from the blue Zerg player. Woo! Creep spread here for SoHyang, trying to do what they can. Moss with so many Lings. So many Lings. He's got 22 right now. He has lost 141. He's killed 80, lost 20 Banelings, and killed 3 without premature detonation there. So Ling's trying to sneak on down. Good scout by SoHyang, though. Did he see that? I don't know if he saw that. Oh, crud. Oh, crud, SoHyang. There's nothing here. The Lings are free to take down the Queens. The Queens don't have enough energy for Transfuse. Unfortunately for them, they're both going to die. And they do. Drones here at the natural base getting cleaned out as well. Brr, drones, run for your lives. Run. There's nowhere to go. Ouch. Spinecrawler does manage to pop in a great position, actually. Backed up into this corner. And yeah, it looks like Moss is going to get taken down here. Banelings walking in, though. They're going to walk into this mineral line. Good pull. Good pull by SoHyang. And good splits. Pretty good splits. Not bad splits. 26 drones have been killed by Moss so far. It's 22 to 10 harvesters. That was big. That was big. Sneaking those Lings in just as SoHyang had left his house. Just, boof. All right, all right. Can Moss do this thing with his relentless aggression, or is SoHyang going to be able to do it with a big counterattack of Lings here? Great wall here, and he has a Roach Warren. What? Moss made a Roach Warren. All right, that's exciting. That's exciting news. All right, so these Lings cannot break this wall. It is 3 evolution chambers and a Roach Warren, nicely placed. That is Ling proof right there for sure. The Lings say, what are we doing? Did they maybe try to Baneling bust their way through? Actually killing his own evolution chamber to get out now is Moss. And he's going to move out with his roaches. What do we got? What do we got here from SoHyang? Does he have a Roach Warren? He does not. He does not have a Roach Warren. Banelings, spines at the front. Lings trying to get through. Another evolution chamber thrown down to block the way. Oh no, the Lings are in! The Lings are in, surrounding that Spinecrawler. Banelings crashing on Spinecrawler seems like a bad idea. But going after these drones here as well. Moss quickly losing drones down to 15 compared to 20. Lings on top of that queen, and bam! Moss loses the queen. What's he doing? He's going to base race. It's time to base race. He has to base race this thing. Lings left, unabated in the natural, taking down the hatchery, going after these evolution chambers, leaving the main base to their own devices, which is pretty good for Moss. I feel like the Lings might want to move into the main, and they do. They immediately move into the main. There are 3 roaches and a queen, a Spinecrawler on the way, but it's not quite done yet, and here comes Moss. Moving in, Banelings, roaches, Banelings crashing on top of Banelings, defensive Banelings here, pretty good against roaches usually, and boom! Weakening them, roaches, Lings gonna clean him up, Spinecrawler here too, and that's it, Moss leaves the game. Moss is defeated, SoHyang is victorious, and Red Zerg gets the win today. What an absolutely non-stop action-packed match. Moss with the early aggression, taking out that gold base hatch. SoHyang forced to defend for what felt like an eternity. Wave after wave of Lings and Banelings did manage to hold on, get his own expansion. And then the ironic thing is, as soon as Moss transitioned to roaches, that's when he lost the game. He transitioned to something besides Lings, and that's what killed him. How crazy is that? That's what ZVZ is, though, man. Hang edge of a knife. Edge of a knife is what we're seeing here. Banelings left over for SoHyang, enough to clear out the roaches. And Lings with +1/+1 are actually pretty great against roach. I have some experience with that. Look at the extension on that Spinecrawler. Nicely done, too. Spinecrawler with 6 kills. Beautiful. Okay, so that's it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, Kayan, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Garlow, Alexander Canaras, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bo Brissett, Kale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Manhattan, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Raji Butt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.